guys, and welcome to the WhatsHerFace show. Things have been getting pretty crazy in the news. I know everyone is really focused on everything going on with Donald Trump and the war in Afghanistan right now, which is really kind of sad because it takes away from the true reason for the season, which of course is Gay Pride Month. I feel like nobody even talks about Gay Pride Month anymore. I know that some people think that a month is too long to celebrate homosexuals, but I personally believe that we don't celebrate them enough. I mean, if everyone was gay, human beings would literally cease to exist. And I just feel like humans have been existing a little too much lately, if that makes sense to anyone. So in honor of Gay Pride, here are the top 5 gayest and slayest stories of the month. I came up with that little rhyme all by myself. I didn't even use ChatGPT or anything, so I was pretty proud of it. Okay, so at number 5, we have the story of Jojo Siwa, who I just heard about like 10 minutes ago before I started filming. Jojo is a little-known pop star who identifies as a lesbian, and she made headlines this month for this exchange between her and Mickey Rourke on Big Brother.
Come on, let's go on a journey.
So do you like girls or boys?
Me? Girls.
I know, I could tell.
My partner is non-binary. That's the vape smoke room.
Just think, in 4 days, we'll never see each other again.
In 4 days?
Nah, babe.
I'm trying to last 4 days. If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
Now, Jojo was so upset by the exchange that she actually doubled down and did the gayest thing a woman can do. She went from dating gay women to now dating gay men. Yeah, that's right. Just months after this clip aired, Jojo announced that she is now dating a man named Chris Hughes, who I also just heard about today. They fell in love on Big Brother and even interviewed together after the show was over.
I'm always one people who say, I appreciate people who have opinions. I think when it comes to anything in life, I think it's good to kind of have your views on stuff, but we just had a great time. Like you mentioned, that it was relentless.
Yeah.
Like it was so relentless from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed.
I'm glad he likes opinions because I have a few opinions. And one of my opinions is that lesbians don't actually really exist. Most of them, I think, are just regular women who have never seen a man parallel park on a busy street in the city.
Driver's side mirror, and you're gonna see the first barrel, second barrel, third barrel. And as soon as you see the entire third barrel, stop.
Okay.
Steer straight. One complete turn of the steering wheel until it's looking at you, just like that. Nice and slow, deeper into the space. And it's just that simple.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
That woman wasn't paying attention to even one word that guy said, okay, because she was having impure thoughts. You know, people say feminism brings down the birth rate. I say it's actually those cameras on the back of cars, you know, the ones that make it unnecessary for men to pull this move, the one-handed passenger seat reverse move. I think that's what's bringing down the birth rate the most. This is every woman's kryptonite. Okay, look at this woman. This woman is 100% a former lesbian who has just been paralyzed with heterosexual lust. She's frozen in time right now because she's thinking about what she's going to tell all of her gay friends. So, you know, in honor of that, let's take a moment to remember all the fallen lesbians from our time. Amber Heard, of course, you guys know that she was a really beautiful lesbian, which is kind of like it's like a double assault because there's not a lot of beautiful lesbians. We lost her to Johnny Depp, which is super interesting because most of her ex-girlfriends actually looked a lot like Johnny Depp. We lost Angelina Jolie back in the 90s to her brother. We also lost Demi Lovato. We lost Anne Heche. And let's not forget Katy Perry, who infamously kissed a girl and unfortunately just wasn't that into it. All right, at number 4, we have the Glenn Greenwald leaked sex tapes. The acclaimed journalist was ousted as a degenerate this month after a video was leaked of him doing some pretty gay stuff. Nothing too crazy. He was dressed up as a schoolgirl and engaging in meth-fueled humiliation rituals with a black escort where he licked his feet and called him master. Not really much different from what white people were doing when they marched for BLM. Some people are saying the whole thing is a publicity stunt for the purpose of shifting the Overton window. Now, I don't know who Overton is, but if he's gay, I would just suggest that maybe he gets some blinds for his window. But many others came to Glenn's defense, essentially saying what consenting adults do in their private lives is no one's business. And this is my opinion on it too, now that I've checked what everybody else thinks. What people do in their private lives is no one's business. It literally has no effect on you. Like, no one is forcing you to watch what gay men do in their private lives. If you don't like it, just stop looking in Overton's window. Let's move on to number 3. We have the coolest act of state-funded allyship ever. The Canadian police are now using our tax dollars here in Canada to fund drag shows. And they're not only funding the drag shows, they are taking time out of their busy careers fighting crime to watch the drag shows, which I love so much because it forces conservatives to not only watch gay stuff, but to pay out of pocket for it, which to me is just like super progressive, and I love it. The story is also really great because it means that while police are watching drag shows, the likelihood that a migrant will rob my house has increased significantly, which honestly is so great because, not only are gay people doing all these wonderful things in their own community and with children and things like that, but they are also helping out migrants who are down on their luck and just need to take some stuff from other people so that they can survive. Which brings me to number 2 on my list, the second gayest story of the month. A Miami-Dade deputy has been cleared of all charges after he punched a woman in the face that he brought home for absolutely no reason other than the fact that she had a penis. This is so sad and so scary for trans people, but the comments from people on Twitter are definitely a little bit mixed. Maze says, I feel bad for this guy. What a dick move by his date. Taxation is theft says the ball busting at the station is going to be worse than any charges that can be brought. And Ozark says soon everyone is going to be grabbing her by the just to be certain. Speaking of grabbing people by the taking the number 1 spot for the gayest event of Pride Month is this tweet from Jack Posobiec about the Trump-Elon spat. He says, some of y'all can't handle 2 high agency males going at it, and it really shows. This is direct communication, phallocentric, versus indirect communication, gynocentric. I understand you aren't used to it. That is the gayest thing I have ever read in my life. That is gayer than a theater major with a minor in gender studies and Marxist theory. That is gayer than deleting Grindr for your mental health. That's gayer than breaking up but still co-parenting a dog named Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That is literally gayer than having anal intercourse with another man. All right, honorable mention to Donald Trump for distracting everyone with a fake war while the Genius Act was passed. That was a pretty gay move. And to YouTube for reinstating my monetization, but not lifting my shadow ban. Extremely gay of you, YouTube. Thank you for taking one for the other team. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some other videos from my channel. Also, if you would like to support me and this channel, please consider subscribing to my locals. I post a post show there after every video, typically now on Sunday. All right, I love you so much. Goodbye.